Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. I hope you all had a good Easter, because I certainly did, and that's also why there was a lack of stuff for me, I guess. Anyway, we got a cast here for you, where we have a 2v2. On the Axis side, we have Arranged Karma playing as Wehrmacht-Strafdivision, and we're already seeing Straftroops coming out, so German penal troops. And we have Test Line playing as SS Jäger Tactics. Ooh, we're gonna see elite troops. On the Soviet side, we have Smokey playing as... That's Tank Destroyer, or Tank Hunter Division. I'm not good with Russian names, but that's going to be cool. And we have Germany Parks, who's also playing as the Soviets, but has not picked a commander yet, but he's going for a lot of conscripts early on, by the looks of it. Seems like we have some Sturm Grenadiers coming up for the SS, and we have Pioneers and Sappers engaging already with Straftroops coming up behind them. He's forcing Smokey away pretty quick. German penal troops are allowing the Germans to have a little bit more of a presence on the field early on. Oh, and he has got artillery division. And that's going to be interesting. Looks like we have a winter fight going on here. As is very good for the Eastern Front. Well, I would not call it good. The Germans are certainly going to be complaining a lot. We'll try and keep an eye on this front here. This is the Foy map, by the way. But in our case, it's somewhere on the Eastern Front during winter. I'm just trying to move up here. They're probably going to try and Molotov the building. Yep, here comes the Molotov. Very good one, too. But staff troops are coming in to cover more of the flank. So a lot of German penal troops are being sent in here to support the Waffen-SS in holding this place, by the looks of it. We're going to have a lot of a wide conflict going on here today, I think. But the staff troops are covering all the sides here. We'll see if the conscripts can be lucky. I don't think so out in the open. Unless they manage to get a Molotov off. Oh, right on the staff troops. Oh, yeah, that's going to make the battle go in the conscripts' favor. The more staff troops are coming in to replace them. Germans are sending a lot of traitors to their death. Well, the Soviets and the SS are duking out. We have some SS Fallschirmjäger Pioneers coming in. Because he's playing a Jäger division, he can get these more unique units. That's a grenade, and a Brandflasche in return. Started to try to hold the church in vain, but the Strelki, as the actual Frontoviki troops, mowed them down quickly. They have a Maxim coming in. Oh, staff to take up position in the building here. Looks like the staff troops are doing pretty okay today. We just have a lot of them coming in. Holy shit. 2 more. That's a lot of staff troops. Yeah, well, the SS still hold the fuel here. The Germans actually hold both fuel points, which could be a problem for the Soviets. We'll have to see. So Smokey is taking up though, getting a support weapons company here, which should allow him to get some light vehicles. He's playing Tank Destroyer Division, which should allow him to get a Lend-Lease Valentine, which can be a very useful tool. More staff to stay in the open, trying to take the city square. Town square, rather.
We are losing Soldaten.
4 penal squads. He's really just going heavy on them to just buy himself and his team time by having weak troops on the field to just hold the line. He might be planning to switch to Panzer Grenadiers in Tier 2 as his main frontline infantry. But the penal troops have done a lot. Holy shit, that squad almost got killed. We need to retreat those. Yeah, because he's still going to try and kill them. But he managed to get out of there, that's good. Yeah, the penal troops are not really the best troops. Oh, we have a Dushka coming out for the other Soviet for Germany. Now, as artillery division, he has an ability to actually increase the size of his weapon support squads by 3 men, which can be a really big deal. It essentially allows the weapon support team to have a lot of firepower by just having a lot of rifles with them. But it is a little bit of investment. The penal troops are still just storming the Soviet lines here. But the Jaeger troops supporting the Straf troops are just hammering the Soviets and holding their position. They're starting to be armed with Sturmgewehrs with scopes, which is a very powerful addition. You also have some SS Aufklärer here. There's not a unit you see often. This is an ace unit, scout squad, which only SS Jaeger gets. Really powerful unit, actually, if you get them in the right position. Soviets are preparing for another push, with Strelki armed with PPSH 41s. Just gets in position. But that is, those Sturmgewehrs should be able to mow them down. Oh, we have a half-track coming up. Now the Jaegers here are already showing their worth. They're already getting lots of kills by being a 3-man squad. But because they're ace training, they essentially hit almost all the time out in the open. Like, these guys know how to pick their shots, but they are vulnerable as a 3-man squad. As you can see, they are mowing them down. That grenade should make them want to move. Ooh, they did not die. That's lucky. And they got mowed down. That is a very expensive squad to replace. Oh, crowd mower. Okay, it's not a normal half-track, it's a crowd mower. We have some special penal squads here for the Soviets. These are essentially disgruntled officers, I think. Armed with very good assault weaponry. But here comes the crowd mower. And we have a 2-2-1. The Axis is going to have to take the point. Not bad.
MG squad awaiting orders.
That's a lot of penals, though.
More of our troops have been lost.
Oh, bad timing. Upgraded just in time.
We have additional Ostrom available.
Oh, not looking well. Looks like we have the other Soviet coming with another half-track, the M15. Yes, it's holding the front line pretty well. They are taking losses, and the penal troops and the 2-2-1 has to move in to take the position. We have an officer coming in for the staff troops. That Volksgrenadier Lieutenant by looks of it. No officer for the SS yet. Specialized penal troops are holding this area. But against the scope STGs, it's not gonna work.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
The scope Sturmgewehrs makes these units really good at killing stuff. So it's gonna have to make another plan of advancement here. Oh, we have the Valentine coming out. This thing is very unique, as in you have to turn it around to fire. He needs to turn it around. Germany, what are you doing?
One of our machine guns has been silenced.
Yeah, that's how you use it. Like, it's just good at opening fire like this. You have an actual penal squad coming out for the Soviets. 9-man squad that can be used to capture points fast, and they are essentially cannon fodder. But they have a special perk where they capture and decapture points really fast. So you can literally rush them into a point that's under enemy cover fire, and they'll capture it while dying, obviously, but they'll get the job done. They're also fairly cheap for being a 9-man squad. And they can put a little bit of pressure on the enemy, because there's just a lot of them. Yeah, some guards coming out for the other Soviets, for Smokey here. These guards have the unique ability they can sneak, and they're very good at anti-tank stuff. Because they actually have a stolen Panzerfaust. Ah, here's the Valentine starting to move up now. Using high explosive shot there and everything. We also have a small AT gun here for Smokey. Yeah, I don't think these guys have a lot to deal with tanks. Yeah, the staff units actually have no anti-tank equipment. They have satchel charges, but that's not exactly the same. He could just drive up to them. They have nothing to stop him.
Enemy is taking our territory.
That's the drawback of Straftroops. Generally, all German troops have some kind of Panzerfaust, but Straftroops do not.
The enemy has broken our supply lines.
And now with there being actual guards in the fields, that's going to be another threat to the Germans here. Oh, good Molotov right there, but it didn't really affect them much. We have more Strafniki. We have a T-70. Now, unlike the base game, the T-70 should probably not be driven up close to the enemy, but T-70 is still a pretty decent light tank.
Fresh guards troops are standing by.
Looks like a flare of some kind. The Germans are taking up. Yeah, both Germans are taking up, actually. In their own way. But the Soviets should soon have the stuff to push up with. They have to see a lot more infantry coming up. Here's the T-70. He might be planning to flank, but he should not drive it close, because if he gets in Panzerfaust... Oh, he does the Panzerfausts. He only has anti-tank grenades. Which is not going to be enough to deal with a T-70. But the T-70 is surprisingly well armored for a light tank. Oh, he got Panzerfausts. Oh, he just upgraded them. The Soviets are taking the town now. The staff troops are not equipped to deal with vehicles.
We can now call upon our supply reserves of ammunition.
There's some artillery coming in here in the Soviet position. And we have some Siberian infantry coming out for Smokey. These guys are amazing in winter warfare and just long range combat. These are really good troops, and they also look amazing in the winter because they actually use the Soviet winter skin for the male sniper. And it's a really good look for them because it fits them. I don't think their non-winter look fits them, but the winter outfit is just spot on. These LCS Fallschirmjäger pioneers in position. Oh, very good job with that AT rifle there. I was able to threaten the German light vehicles. Looks like Tessie Lime is going straight for the next tech. He wants to get tanks out, I assume. His half-track still threatens the SS. SS is slowly being losing ground. That is a very good position for that repair truck, but if the Soviets push a little bit further up, it's gone. You have to be very careful. Looks like Siberians are going to take up position in the center of the town here. Oh, he's going to use the building. He was arming them with something, but I didn't see what. DP and SKSs. Okay. Oh, he made it a forward HQ. Okay. Very smart. Siberians are just really good troops, so these guys should probably show how powerful they are in a short amount of time. Also, the Soviets recruit the T-70, but it has no engine. That said, its gun is still operational. So right now they have a turret that can cover this area. Now we have Pack 40 here, and this Germans are trying to move down here. Ah, they're scouting for the Pack 40 by the looks of it. All these German penal troops just providing meat for the SS currently. Ah, but these guys have no anti-tank equipment. Well, they're starting to threaten the German position here.
Command Hauptrat has been converted into the headquarters building.
Looks like the Wehrmacht is going to win that engagement, definitely. But the SS is losing ground. The Soviets are threatening their position. Great assault from the conscripts. Oh, not looking good for the Germans here at all. The SS have lost practically everything. They're making a full retreat back to base. Oh, and the Wehrmacht is down to has lost a lot of troops too, but they are getting a Stu 42 by looks of it. The Siberians are fighting here, and the penal troops and the conscripts are just slowly pushing up here. Ah, we even have some Bulgarians being called in. The Bulgarians being called in here by Germany. Bulgarian infantry regiments. A very interesting little thing. So these guys actually used to fight for the Germans, but as Bulgaria surrendered and got essentially taken over by the Soviets, their troops kind of switched sides and started fighting the Germans. So they have a very fun mix of weaponry. They have a mix of Soviet and German weaponry. So, also Czechoslovakian weaponry. Very interesting. And now they're going to be able to threaten this forward SS building. And that's not going to survive. That's going to push the German tech back a little bit. That's that he already has the tank truck up, so he could just get tanks. Now here we have a Stu. Essentially a Stu with a howitzer on it instead. Oh, and the staff troops is just getting killed out in the open here. Stu will have to show itself. Didn't hit anything, unfortunately. The staff troops are just pushing up. Yeah, the terrain is not working too well in the favor of the Stu here. The trench is in the way. But he's using it as an artillery piece, which has a little bit more accuracy in that department. It's not looking well. All this stuff is just getting mowed down. Ooh, that's a lot of dead Germans. The Stu is gonna have to pull back once its driver is operational again.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Yeah, he needs to move back with it. But too late.
Our panzer force.
And when the Soviets are just securing the other flank heavily. And the Bulgarian troops are just here to hold the front line here. Oh, it's not looking good for the Axis. We have a Panzer IV coming in here. It's been somewhat damaged though. They tried to throw an AT grenade on it, but it didn't work. Looks like we have someone complaining about that the student I really was actually hitting the terrain. Yeah, that's annoying, but you will get used to it. Now this can threaten the half-track, and if he doesn't move the half-track... Ooh, good timing. And the Bulgarians actually keeping the SS at bay somewhat. Okay, looks like he's gonna try for another AT grenade.
AT gun is ready for combat.
But too late.
Prepare yourself.
The Constant's gonna try and do the same. Yeah, don't rush a tank like that. It has machine guns.
Return fire! Return fire!
And that truck should probably not move that way.
Ready for duty. Contact! Enemy infantry!
And the staff troops are not really the best option here. Oh, we have Panzer T-34s. Stolen stolen T-34s. Used by the Wehrmacht here. Good job with that high explosion shot.
Send orders! Suppressive fire!
With Panzer IV GA is operational again. So the ASS is gonna try and make a move then. I would suggest the ranged cavalry should have gone for some Panzer Grenadiers instead of just penal troops. Because penal troops just don't cut it later on. They're reserve infantry, they're not meant to hold the front line in that world. Ooh, artillery coming in from the Soviets, that's gonna destroy that truck, I think. Oh, barely. There's some Bulgarians here using a Panzerfaust. The T-34 is actually causing a lot of issues here for these Soviets. Who would have known? We also have a heavy mortar now for the Germans, using a lot of stolen Russian equipment, which makes sense. They actually did that a lot. They borrowed a lot of Soviet equipment. Oh, that T-34 is just wreaking havoc on the Soviet line down here.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
But he's just going for more and more penal troops, which is not really that cost effective at this point. I would say get a Panzer Grenadier and support the tank with it and push up alongside it. There's a Berenzer in this building at the moment, by the way, which is probably why they're doing pretty well. But that T-34 could change that. Have to be careful. Oh, you can load the T-34 with high explosion shields, so that makes it powerful. I guess the Germans decided to use it as an infantry support tank.
A new grenadier squad is ready.
Oh!
We have lost a squad. Relief infantry ready for reinforcement.
We've got a Su-85 coming out now for the Soviets too. The Germans are not looking well.
Already.
Yeah, some SS Fallschirmjäger coming out though. Penal troops are pushing up just to buy some time, I imagine.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
And heavy mortar is starting to cause some issues though. Damn it. But they got a shot at it with this
One
SS.
of our panzers has been destroyed.
Now it's the Berenzer gonna wreck hell here. Except they threw grenades back in there. Very good job. Siberians is still gonna mow them down though. He is being very effective at just pushing them back. Actually, he might actually beat the Siberians here. Nah. Siberians got out of there. This is where combo kind of shows. Yeah, penal troops are just not cutting it.
Heavy machine gun team prepared for combat.
And the Soviets are encircling.
Keep your heads down and be ready to move.
Germans not going to be able to hold this position for long. They still have that tank building up though, so they can still get vehicles if they invest in it. But the Soviet encirclement is starting to get very clear and obvious. Siberian, another Siberian squad here being armed with assault equipment. Sudayevs. PPSs.
Ready for orders.
Another Siberian squad is making that a 40 HQ. That's very kind of risky.
What do you need?
Very close to the front line, and a heavy mortar is still present.
Fine now.
That's a Gebaldeladung on the building. Now it's gonna try and set fire to it. Problem is he's doing it while under fire, but he did set fire to it. So that's essentially a 4 HQ that's already gone. Well, very good job that heavy mortar though. That heavy mortar is just getting a lot of kills. 20 kills already. Nice trying to counter hit it. And the penal troops are not going to do well here, but there's something here that likes shooting them. Like this SU-85 is not really good at dealing with infantry. There's no machine guns. And the SS front line is practically gone. You only have a few SS units remaining. Not a lot. And more penal troops are just being pulled in by the Germans here. More staff troops to just shore up the front. Oh! Again, a really good shot. He's using direct hit with it, I think. And precision shots. That's what he's using with it. And that's gonna allow his penals to move up here, I think. It's because there's not a lot of Soviet infantry left. But here comes the Siberians. And the Siberians can just mow them down. Well, he knows to move back. Very nice. He realized the flamethrower troops were coming. Well, those flamethrower troops actually did a good job. It's forcing the Soviets to pull back. That's actually took out almost all the smoky stuff. Holy shit. Very good job here from a ranged Karma. Pulling this back with very weak troops. Well, very good job with that Gebaldeladung, almost killing the SU. And while the Soviets are pushing under the flank though, and the SS barely have anything to hold. I do not think the SS can hold this position. That half-track has done a good job for the Soviets here. And the SS just can't hold this front line. The Axis did pretty good early on, but that's generally what you see happen. When the Soviets kind of get going, though, they can become almost unstoppable. Which fits them, because they are kind of meant to be a steamroller type of faction. Once the Soviets get really good, they are just very hard to stop. Well, he's trying to get over there to Panzerfaust, but that half-track is covering it. He's positioned very well up here. That tank is getting immobilized thanks to the flak. They have to pull that heavy mortar back. Because the guards are moving up to 100 down.
Extra munitions can be delivered to your forces if requested.
Another stew coming out. Still no actual infantry, just penal troops. I would really have gone for where are they? Alright, we can't see them here, but there's like a Panzergrenadier squad you can get. You should probably also have got some Kettenhunde, because they really improved the fighting compatibility of the penal troops. Like, Rakettenhunde can really boost them to become a lot more than they are.
Don't let pioneers here. You need direct fire?
Stuke
There's some
3 ready to
Bulgarians moving
deploy.
up here.
We're under attack. Contact.
The guards in the position down here.
T-34 ready for combat.
Looks like we have some SS troops here. Trying to push up. They can't push up with that half track, they're covering it. They can satchel charge that one. That should be a dead T-34.
The enemy has silenced one of our
Very good. But yeah, T-34 is starting to move up now. It also got immobilized. The flag is doing something. Got the stew. It actually got a shot off on the SU-85. Let's be careful though. Another immobilization. Very good, Stu. He has to be very careful. Looks like the guards are pushing up. They do have stolen Panzerfausts. He did an anti-tank grenade assault instead. Yeah, I don't see the Germans pulling back from this. The Soviets are just overmanning them, which you see very often. The Soviets are a really powerful faction. Oh, here we have a command Panther though. Not a command Panther, just a normal Panther. But it is a Panther. Which could, if handled right, give the Germans some way to push back slowly. Probably the Soviets can just push across all the fronts. But the Panther is powerful. He has to be very careful though, he was showing his sight to that sis. Those tough troops arm with a Panzer Strike too. And that's powerful. He needs to pull that thing to safety.
We are suffering vehicle losses.
Oh, it's moving into sis range. Well, the tree's blocking it. He needs to move quickly. Oh, he got immobilized! Oh no!
Pioneer Group is ready for action.
But the Panzer Strike is gone. And while the Soviets are pushing into the base on the other flank. Oh, that's a really bad position. Now the sis is moving up. Oh, it's not looking good here. If that Panther's gone, the Germans have no chance of coming back. Oh, it's getting very close here. And the issue with the Peons is they have no anti-tank equipment, which can really be a problem late game.
We have lost a pack gun.
Yes, I'm gonna have to pull everything just to protect this thing. Oh, here comes the Soviet push. There's just too many penals. That's decrewed the Panther. But then an artillery shot kills the penals and the tank. In true Soviet fashion. Yeah, I think this is over for the Germans. The penal troops just don't have any anti-tank possibilities.
Defend our headquarters.
They have satchel charges, but those are easy to just drive backwards from.
Infantry squad has been killed.
The T-34s is just a perfect counter to the penal troops. To the stuff truppen here. Like, what are the Germans going to do? Oh, they could try and grab the pack, but it might be too late.
The Sturmgeschütz is ready for use.
Oh, that pack actually got a shot off.
Anti-tank gun.
Oh, we have a Stuk. You should probably have got the Stuks earlier. Stuks are a perfect counter towards T-34s, I found. I think the Stuks are actually really good against most things, if used correctly. I think going for the Stu might have been a little bit of a problem, because it meant he had no real anti-tank equipment. Now we have the SU flanking. That's bad for the Stuk. Especially at that range.
We have lost a Panzer. The new Grenadier squad is ready.
We also have a KV-8 coming up now for the Soviets. Yeah, I think the German front line has collapsed. Yeah, certainly trying. He's even trying to scavenge vehicles. But he can't do that while under fire.
Need something built? We are ready!
That heavy mortar did do a lot of that hurt, though.
We can now call upon our supply reserves of ammunition.
He has been very active in destroying the forward HQs, though, with the satchels, so that's good. And the Germans just don't have anything to work with. Once the KV-8 moves in, it's over. They have nothing to stop a KV-8. And here comes the Soviet push. Explosive coming in here. Now the Soviets are enveloping from the other side too. Like a brave defense put up by the Germans here in the end, but it's not gonna stop them. Once the KV-8 shows itself in the base, they're gone. Yeah, and there they go. Good game though. I really like that one, and I hope you did too. I'll see you all next one, everyone. Bye bye.